What's going on YouTube? Examples here coming at you with my first ranked video for Hearthstone. Now as you can see, well, you can't really see it, so I will probably move my webcam down a little bit for the next video, but I am currently rank 18. I have slipped a little bit since I last played, well, not last played, but since I reached rank 15. I reached rank 15 even a few days ago. And ever since then I've kind of been sliding backwards, not really too sure what it is. Sometimes I just got unlucky, other times I've misplayed, but I'm hoping that in today's video we can start winning again and we can start our win streak going. So we've got 5 days left for this particular season before a brand new season kicks off. So I'm going to try and get as high up the ranked ladder as I possibly can before the end of this season. So today's video I'm going to be using a budget oil rogue deck. The reason why it's a budget deck is I don't have some of the legendaries for the main deck and some of the cards for like the bigger deck and the main overall oil rogue deck. But nevertheless, I'm going to be using this particular deck for now. So guys, I'm going to jump into a game. Once I'm there, I will see you there. But what I will say is I may not talk too much throughout the course of the video because I might be concentrating on the game. But I'll try and run you through what I've been thinking at certain points during the game, because obviously I want to bring you guys some information about what I'm thinking as well as some entertaining gameplay. So nevertheless guys, I'm going to find myself a ranked match. I'll see you when that ranked match loads up. Okay, so that's not too bad for us to start with. I might end up getting rid of the Fan of Knives though. Deadly Poison can come in handy. South Sea Deckhand will definitely come in handy, but the Fan of Knives right now, don't really need it, so I'm going to get rid of that. Hopefully it gives me a decent mulligan. Piloted Shredder, okay, it's one more mana, but it's another minion at the end of the day. So let's end our turn there. Now, the reason why I didn't actually use a South Sea Deckhand is because when it's got like the charge element of it is probably the best element of that particular minion, is because I can use my hero ability and play the South Sea Deckhand and actually have a presence on the board that I can attack with straight away. So that's why I haven't used it just yet, for all of you like Hearthstone newbies that are tuning into this video. Okay, so Fire Blast, so they've pinged basically my face, which is interesting. So let's charge. Don't really want to use anything else just yet. I could have used Deadly Poison, but I'm going to keep hold of that for now, I think. Earthen Ring Farseer, don't really need to play that just yet, just because I don't really have enough health to regen with it, but I will need to use it fairly early on in this matchup, it feels. So the hero power coming down onto the 2-1 isn't too bad for me. Put a Piloted Shredder out there. I'm actually going to attack for one and finish. The main reason, one thing I will say to anyone that tries to play Rogue in Hearthstone is I would recommend replenishing your weapon straight away, so don't end up attacking with it twice and not being able to replenish it in the same turn, is what I'm trying to say. So when you actually end up using your be sure to be able to replenish it straight afterwards. That is my personal guidance, I guess you could say. So that puts that as 3. Eviscerate this. Now I'm going to go totally against what I just said, but the main reason is I want to get rid of those taunts and attack with my Piloted Shredder to face. But I can replenish my weapon next turn if I so wish to. But what I'm trying to say to you guys is if you're going to attack with your weapon, be sure to be able to replenish it. If you're not going to attack with it, don't really worry about it too much. I used it with the combo there just because I feel the combo was a little bit better for me, hence why I ended up using it. So right here I'm actually going to put my Farseer out on the board, because then I can use my agent into their Piloted Shredder. I could now clear the Piloted Shredder off the board. In fact, I'm actually going to do that, so I'm still going to have a little bit of board presence. That 3-2 isn't actually that bad because it doesn't have its normal It's normal Inspire on it, so I'm actually quite happy about that. Plus you'll have to trade if he wants to use it against anything on the board. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. I think what he was hoping for there was to be able to trade and ping, but he's not going to be able to do that, like, thankfully, so not too fast. Okay, so the Sludge Voucher comes down. I'm actually going to sprint this turn just to see what we get. Would have preferred to have a backstab in there so I could actually clear this the Sludge Voucher off the field. But next turn I've got a couple of plays that I can make, so I'm not too fussed about that. So I'll attack into the Sludge Voucher. Yes, I've given up board presence, but at the same time I'm not actually that fussed about it because, as I said, I've got plays that I can make next turn. Okay, so that's secret. It depends what type of mage they're playing and what they value. Could be a duplicate. Could have done with that backstab last turn. It could be a duplicate for anything that I play on the board, but at the same time it could be Ice Block and Ice Barrier. So my thought process right here is Fan of Knives, Agent. Fan of Knives and Agent is what I want to do, and it's what I'm going to do.
This guy's toast.
Then he's going to drop a 1-2, which I can backstab. And he's just got 2 more Sludge Vouchers, which is the annoying factor about that. Okay, so 2 1-1s on board. He's now got 2 Sludge Vouchers, which is not what I wanted to see. It's not what I wanted to see at all. But at the end of the day, I had a slight feeling he was going to have something along the lines of duplicate, which I think was actually what it was. I didn't catch it in time, but that's what I thought it was right there. So what do we do now? Do we go Azure Drake, Tinker's Sharp Sword, or do we wait for Tinkers with Violent Teacher on the board? I feel like Azure Drake is probably our best option right here. And then, ooh, I'm still gonna drop Violet Teacher. I'm not gonna attack. I'm gonna pass my turn. The best thing for me right now is for him to play his other Sludge Voucher. I know that sounds stupid, but to play his other Sludge Voucher, and for me to be able to buff up my weapon enough to just clear them both off the board. That's the ideal situation, but I don't know if that's going to happen. And this is a very, very random mage deck that I'm playing against right now. It doesn't really have any... It's probably got thought process behind it, but what I mean by that is it's not really something that I foresaw playing against, if that makes sense. Okay, so backstab could be very, very handy. So could Fan of Knives. Not going to use sap. So backstab the 6-3, Fan of Knives. Fan of Knives still leaves me with 3 mana to play. I've also got a prep. Deadly Poison. I'm just filling... I know I'm filling my board right now with 1-1s, but I honestly feel that it's the best way to go. So we've got 6 on our Sows, which if we get Blade Flurry we can clear off his other Sludge Voucher quite nicely. Plus we've got Sap on the board, so we can clear it that way as well. don't have any board space at this moment in time, obviously, to be able to play anything like the Healbot or the Farseer. But at the same time, I honestly think he's going to ping the 4-1 that I have on board, just because it seems like the best option for him. But that does open up some options for us to be able to play something like the Farseer and get something else on the board. But at the same time, I don't know what he's got in his hand. I know he's got one Sludge Belcher in his hand, and he might have another one in his deck.
I wonder.
But at the same time, I don't know. Okay, so that's well played. But he's had to use up literally everything, like all of his mana, just to play that. And he's not gonna like the play that I'm about to make either.
Class.
And you're probably thinking, why are you not attacking with your 6 attack weapon? It's because I want my 6 attack weapon to clear a Sludge Belcher, which is what he's dropped on the board, unless he buffs it somehow. Actually, we don't even need to do that. He's gonna ping that, but we can actually sap his Sludge Belcher back, so he needs to use his mana once again to be able to use it. So let's get rid of that. I'm going to keep Eviscerate for the Sludge Belcher when it drops again, especially when I've got an Azure Drake in hand. Tinker's Shop Sword is actually a very nice card for us as well. Let's put that. I'm gonna keep the 6-1 weapon at the moment. I say that because number 1, got a Sludge Belcher on the board, but number 2, that Blade Furry is actually coming absolutely huge for us right now. I know it sounds weird, but that Blade Furry I could have done with a little bit sooner. Don't know if this is going to be game. In fact, it is. So, we've managed to break our losing streak finally against a mage that caused us a little bit of trouble with the secrets that it played, but as I said, it didn't really have too much of a theme to it. A lot of the decks you'll see at higher ranks will have a theme a little bit like mine. You'll know your win conditions and you'll know how to play and how to win, but nevertheless guys, we've actually managed to put out the victory. We've got another gold Fan of Knives. Quite happy with that. We've earned 10 gold because we've actually won 3 games in any game mode like Tavern Brawl or Play mode, and we've also, pardon me, started towards our quest of winning 3 games with any class. So anyway guys, that is the end of today's video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like, rating and subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. Links in the description down below to my Twitch, my Twitter, my teammates' Twitter, my organisation's Twitter, and my sponsors. If you've got any constructive criticism or feedback you want to give me about Hearthstone or any tips and tricks, leave it in the comment section down below. Try and read through it and try and implement it into my future gameplay, and also reply to your guys' comments as well. And also, if there's any classes you want to see me run in this game in the future, let me know. I'll try them out. But nevertheless guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in tomorrow's.